Yo, we live on location. Me and the Blackest one back at y'all again. It's Wednesday. It's 2 p.m. How you feeling today, Black?
I feel good, man. Nice day outside in Florida.
Hey, man, I feel you. I can't wait to get back to that Flowdy Dowdy. I'm on a different location
Is that
right
it?
now, East Coasting it. But look, let's get right into this Bust Show Ass segment, Black. Who you see this last week that raised eyebrows, made you look sideways a little bit. What you got?
You know, I got that boy from the Lou, man. You know what I'm saying? The highest televised game this year. Always
Oh
good to
yeah.
see them Celtics and them Lakers get down. But my boy JT Money had 40, 12, and 8.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? Lakers came in town and he showed them why they the defending champions, man. Shout out to JT, man. Busy. I'm talking about work.
Yes, that's 40, 12, and 8. And they got the big time W because the Lakers was surging and streaking then. And that was
Definitely
like you
was.
said, that was the highest watched game. And I don't know how long, how many people were. It was some big time millions. I forget the exact
Yeah,
number,
it
man.
definitely was. It definitely was. But JT got busy.
Yeah, shout out JT. I see you out there. I see you. All right, hey man, you picked JT, so you left me with everything else to pick from. So it wasn't shabby. It wasn't shabby what I got to pick from though, because my man SGA, hey listen, these last three games played, bro, and it's a 50 burger in there, Black. It's a 51 piece spicy in there. You hear me? 35.3, 4.3, 6.7, leading the league in plus minus, like second in the league in steals. Ain't nobody gonna catch Dyson Daniels. Shout out Dyson Daniels, man. We might have to put him in that defensive player of the year conversation more prominently. I don't know. We're gonna talk about that later, but I'm just saying. SGA, man. And you already know every time when he cooking, bro, it's a it's a real cinema going on. He giving them boys that real work, that sauce.
Yes, sir.
So man, shout out SGA, man. He's just doing what he's doing, continuing on that pace to set himself up for the MVP at the end of the year. He got the Thunder at the one spot in the West, wire to wire. So you can't really complain there. Shout out to Joker. We know we saw the 30, 20, and 20. Never done before. Joker is definitely that dude. No disrespect, all respect and praise due to that man. That's a bad man, Black.
Yes, sir.
So let's get on to it. Like you just talked about it, you brought it up, Black. So let's get into that Celtics Lakers game. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into that Celtics
Oh man,
Lakers
it
game.
was a it was a good game. I felt the Celtics came through. They kind of controlled the game the whole game. JT Money, Jalen Brown. You know what I'm saying? They got busy. Shout out to Al Horford, man. We saw this
Oh man,
old man
Al,
moving them feet, man. He was
he out
guarding
there, he
Luca.
out
He was
there
guarding
moving them feet,
LeBron.
guarding the
He was
wings.
doing this thing, man. Lakers, they was on the hot streak. They was coming in, you know what I'm saying, with multiple wins, but the Celtics came home, protected home, and did their thing.
Yeah, man. Listen, this was definitely a game that was, it was a hyped up game. It was a good game to watch. I felt like the stars came out and balled out. LeBron had 22 and 14. Luca had 34. And then them JTs and JBs over there, 40, 31, them people. And like you said, oh man, Al, man, we gotta shout him out, bro. Switching out on Luca, switching out on just wings in general, and being able to, hold it down for 7, 8 seconds at the end of the clock and like really play solid defense and get a good contest and all that. Like, oh man, Al, we thought he was hanging him up, and he's still out here doing major work, man. So salute him. But what you think about obviously at the end of the game, LeBron tweaked the groin, and now he's gonna be, out there saying at least 1 to 2 weeks, and we know him. He got a little Wolverine in his blood, Black. So it might not be as long as they think it's gonna be for him, because we know he get right, and he don't really. And this is a time where they really can't afford for him to be out too long. You know what I'm saying? They need to be hitting that chemistry and getting right going into the playoffs. So what do you think about the LeBron injury?
Yeah, I think that's gonna hurt them. I know they kind of really want to stay at that second seed, but with him being out 2 weeks, and if he missed actually 2 weeks, I think they're gonna probably slip a little bit because it's gonna be hard for them to kind of pull off games.
Yeah, too. I mean, the worst thing for me when I think about LeBron being out for 2 weeks, I'm not as mad. Like I don't question can Luca do this, can Luca care? Like Luca's been doing that. Luca's been being that dude. Like this puts him in a position where it kind of forces his hand to be that even more. But I worry about the wear and tear on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He putting the thing, the back brace on when he come out of the game and stuff like that. So that's more of my concern with this stretch right here. You don't want Luca to get worn down or to somehow come up with some type of tweak or something and then he be hurt. So
yeah,
th- that's how I look at this. But I think as far as like can he man the position and hold it down, like we know that. We know Luca a bad man. So I mean I think the going forward that'd be cool. They complimentary guys like Gabe Vincent stepping up. He been playing well. We know what AR can do. But like the Vanderbilts and all of them dudes been playing a lot better. So I think they'll be strong. I mean, they can't win all of these games down the stretch one way or the other anyway. So it's like if they lose a couple, it's not gonna be the worst thing in the world. But I know they, like you said, they want to keep that second, but they might end up in the third or something. But they still cool once they get into a series. It don't matter.
yeah. They're in a tough stretch. This is a this next week or two actually is a tough stretch. They play big
Some
time
hard
teams. I
games.
think they play
Yeah,
Milwaukee. You know what I'm saying? They play all teams that's trying to contend for a playoff spot. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a rough week without LeBron.
straight up. Let's go. Let's talk about that OKC and that Denver matchup. Black. They had a little back to back little situation. You know what I'm saying? People was trying to say was it the MVP showdown or whatever. But March 9th, March 10th, first game, OKC smacked them around 127 to 103. Next game, Denver come out put 140 on that 127.
Yeah,
What you see in this whole little back and forth right here?
I
I mean,
th-
it was a good
the
split.
the main thing is the MVP race. You know what I'm saying? It always comes down to that game where you play against the guy who's like in the race with you, and Joker is in the race with SGA. You see the first game, SGA put a 40 ball up with a win. Joker's 24 and 12, and then but that next day, Joker put that 35 and 18 up, and SGA had 25. So it's that was a good that was a good matchup, man. That was a good matchup, man. And we just gonna see how it go down the stretch, man. It's gonna be a
In
close
your opinion,
MVP race.
who the MVP right now between them? Hard pause.
Joker is the MVP, but Shay need to get it this year. Joker has three of them.
I don't agree with that. Like to me, see, this is my thing. If you feel like Joker's the MVP, he's the MVP. He shouldn't like Shay shouldn't get it because Joker has three of them and he doesn't have any.
I
Like
th-
if
I
you feel
felt
like
I felt
Joker,
I felt Shay should have got it last year, and we wouldn't even have this problem this year. But
no, it would be this problem. My point is this: I don't think anybody should ever win the MVP award based on, like you say, this guy already got a lot, so he should get one. No, whoever is the MVP should be the MVP. Now, with that being said, my MVP is SGA, and I'll tell you why. Because he's been, if you look at his resume, his team has been first wire to wire. They started off with with no Hardenstein. Then Chet Holmgren went down. Hardenstein came back. No matter who was there, he's been leading the way, leading the league in scoring the whole season, and his team has been number one, locked in that spot. Now, if we changing the rules, they've been saying winning mattered about this MVP, and that was why SGA didn't win it not last year, but the year before, because Joker had this, and last year he was averaging a triple double. So it's like, to me, Shea has lifted up his team. They've been number one, wire to wire, no matter who's been in or out the lineup. He's been consistently the one that's been the driving force. So that's why I say he's my MVP. But to the people that say give it to him because Joker has three, I don't like that line of thinking. I think whoever's the MVP should be the MVP. Period.
yeah, I understand that. But you know,
I'm not. I mean, I understand that could
like
probably be some
I
people's
felt
line of thinking when they doing the voting, and then I don't. I just don't agree with that line of
like
thinking.
he's second in the West. Like right now, he's sitting at
And
second
who
in the
he's second
West.
behind? He behind that Neo, that dog that's leading the way. This
I
just the
know,
freight train, wire to
no,
wire.
no disrespect. I definitely feel you, but what he's bringing to the table, triple double. He's the problem, man. And but I feel like
Oh
Shea should
no,
get it
he
this year, but Joker probably should be MVP because like it's hard to kind of go against that shit. Like that shit he
that
be doing,
was
bro. It's crazy to like witness like just what he be doing. Like with no
the
athleticism,
crazy part
with
is that
no speed, no none of that, just man, straight IQ. You
and the
know what I'm
crazy
saying?
part is that he won like when he won MVP 2 years ago. Last year he came back and his numbers was better than that. And he won MVP last year. Now this year his numbers are better than
His
that.
numbers are better than that. You
And
see
he
what I'm
did
saying?
something that's never been done in the history of the league. Period.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
so, nah, I feel you. He got his argument, but I'm going with SGA, and I just explain why.
All
So
right.
I'm not mad
Okay.
at nobody. It's all opinion based, my boy.
Yeah. Both of
Nothing but
them
my
deserve it
opinions.
though. Both of them deserve it.
Absolutely, I wouldn't even mind a co MVP. I don't know if that's ever happened for the real big MVP, but that's never neither here nor there. We'll see.
Yeah.
But the Cavs, bro, look at what the Cavs doing out here. You think they're gonna get up to them 70s and them set like they got a chance to get to the 70s.
They
They
definitely
on
do.
pace for the best to have the best record since the Warriors 73-game season. Do you believe, Black? They currently on a 15-game winning streak too. Just like they third, like 12 or 14-game winning streak of the year, something like that.
Yeah, no, I think they're gonna lose maybe two, maybe three more games. Just cause it's like they so far ahead. Like, you know what I'm saying? It'd just be smart to just give guys some type of rest and
It
you know
look
what I'm
like they've
saying?
been doing that. Like Donovan Mitchell ain't played last night. Like it be
Yeah,
like little
yeah.
here and there, guys just like, and they still just running these things out.
Yeah, no, they doing their thing, man. It's and they playing beautiful basketball. You gotta tip your hat off to them, man. It's now it's about doing it in the playoffs. You know, I feel like they're in the same position that OKC was last
Yep.
year. You know, they finally got the number one seed, clear as day, and they got to prove that they're a legit number one seed, and they can't get popped in the second round or something like that. So we
No,
gotta
I'm
see.
with you, man. I think that's the one thing, and I think Donovan Mitchell said it. He's like, if I'm them, he's like, if I'm them, I don't trust it until I see it happen, and that's just what it is. I don't trust it until I understand why they wouldn't trust it because that's what it is, and so until that happens, like he said, if I'm everybody out there looking, I don't trust us until we go out there and get it done. So he knows what he got to do. Oh, we got
Yeah,
a quick question. They said, why is Donovan Mitchell not in the MVP discussion? What say you, Black?
I think he is. I think he's going to be one of the finalists, and I think he's going to be top five in the discussion. But you know, I think that just SGA and Joker is just what they're doing, and the value to their team, the value they brings to their team is just so much bigger. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely think he's in the discussion, but I don't think he'll win it.
Nah, I just don't think he's really in discussion because to his own credit, like he said, he's taken a step back this year as far as like trying to be that scorer and trying to score that many points. And to his credit, the team has risen up around him. So because of his numbers going down as far as they have, I don't think he'll be legitimately considered. You know what I'm saying, as an MVP candidate. Like we haven't had an MVP average like 23 or something that low. You know what I'm saying, in a long time. And you got a lot of dudes up there all the way at the top averaging 30s and 20, you know what I'm saying, 29s and 31. So
So who
I
would you
that's
say your top five MVP candidate is?
SGA Joker, um, Tatum. I would put
Giannis.
yeah, definitely Giannis. I put LeBron in there too.
Damn.
Maybe like five.
Yeah, he might not be top five because I forgot about.
Yeah, like Giannis definitely, and then I put LeBron
Yeah,
before
I'd
him
say
right now.
LeBron would probably be my fifth. It'll be
Yeah,
between him and Donovan Mitchell because LeBron averaging about 25, 26. Donovan averaging about 24. But
And he ain't got the help that Donovan got around him, and
Yeah,
he didn't put
so
them to number two like they shit.
yeah.
Like you gotta put some
He
respect
pushed
on.
he top 10. He top 10.
And that's no disrespect, because like Donovan admits that he, you know what I'm saying, that was part of what Atkinson helped him realize that, you know, to get everything to be better, you might have to take a little step back. But it still be, you see what he do at clutch time when it's time to go. He's still out there putting 40s on people and being a spider. So I
Yeah.
respect it. Last night, Bucks lost at the buzzer, Black. It was crazy.
Horrible call by the refs.
they, first of all, they ran a football play. Them boys
Horrible
was doing
call by the refs.
you don't like the call, Black?
No, I don't think that was a foul. I think
Mm.
his momentum made him lean to the side and shoot. Great shot, big time shot and all that. But you look at the replay, Giannis didn't touch him. He fell
Mm.
and did all that on his own. I didn't like the end one to it. Big time shot. Shout out to Hollenberg. I felt a big time shot in the clutch, but Giannis just contested.
Right.
Giannis didn't touch him, didn't do nothing. He leaned and flipped. His momentum made him lean, flip over, and all that stuff. I felt like they should have replayed that and really looked at that. That wasn't. I felt they should have went into overtime. That shouldn't have been how the game ended. But great shot from Hollenberg, big time win for the Pacers. It was a great game. It seemed like them Pacers and Bucks are building some type of rivalry where it's they're going at it. But
They got the same exact
I
record
didn't
right now,
like that
36
last.
and
I didn't
28.
like that last call. I didn't feel like Giannis really pushed him, touched him, or fouled him.
Yeah, I'm with you, but you know, I understand how the optics are and the angles when you're the referee. So you know, it's tough that it wasn't able to get replayed for whatever the reason was, and then you see the real on it. But to me, it's you know that's how it goes. Tough night
Yeah,
at the
but ain't the
office.
rule under 2 minutes you replay everything?
Don't get me quoting rules wrong. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like I just didn't feel like that was just crazy to me. Like I say, and I don't want to say it in a way that it's like I'm taking away from what Hollenberg did. Big time shot. Uh, Great play draw up. You know what I'm saying? It looked like the old school Miami, or looked like Joe Montana was out there, and Jerry Rice, good pass. Like they ran routes and stuff. But
That was crazy. That
but
was
man,
crazy. The
like I
play
don't
was
feel like
crazy.
Giannis fouled him.
That play was crazy,
And
man.
like Giannis did everything but foul him. Like to me, but shout out to the Pacers are getting the win. That's a big win. They fighting for that I think that four and
Yeah,
five.
that's what I'm saying. The Bucks are in the fourth right now, but they done lost their last three games. Like you
Yeah.
gotta, and it's the Pacers that's on them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they fighting
So
for that 4 and 5. So we gonna
yeah,
see. And it might come down to them guys playing each other in the playoffs first round. So we gonna see.
what do you think about them saying that Giannis changing the style of his game to shoot more, so he could be more healthy in the playoffs?
Uh, I hope not. Because
Yeah, I need a downhill Giannis.
what he brings to the table is what he brings to the table. And I like down here Giannis because he put pressure on their bigs. He put people in foul trouble. He gets them in foul trouble, get them in a penalty. Not guys who's great free throw shooters like the Dame Lillards and all these guys. They can knock them free throws down and that can just bring something to the game. But I hope he don't. You know,
Yeah, I'm all
I
for
do
him
want
trying to
him to
stay
get
healthy
I
and
do
stuff.
want him to get a midi going and all that stuff, but I definitely want him to stay in attack mode.
I'm with you on that one. Let's look at the West standings, Black. Show us to put the graphic up on the board, please, and thank you. Update. Nuggets have overtaken two, Lakers to three. Our Clippers hanging on at eight, bro. Like, you know who's noticeably missing? Who right up there, right off the board, is the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah,
They trying to chase down that number 10 spot, and you know Dallas is kind of. I give
yeah, I
it to
think
them, man. Those guys is fighting over in Dallas, but they free falling, boy, man.
yeah, I think the Suns is gonna get that 10th spot. I think Dallas is fighting, but they just don't have enough. Suns need to really pull out some big wins to just get in there. Um I think the Suns gonna get that 10th spot. But this is where without LeBron, this is where I see the Lakers kind of falling a little bit. They
Taking a
gonna
little dip.
struggle. They gonna struggle without LeBron. So we gonna see how much they fight because like the Grizzlies and the Rockets are right up on them. They can go from being at second place, which they was last week, to fifth.
Yeah.
And then how hot Golden State is playing, never know.
Yeah, go and say, listen, talk about them Warriors, bro. Them boys is, man, they looking real dangerous. They like what, like 13 or 14-2 since Jimmy Butler done got there, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like,
Yeah,
that's business.
yeah.
That's handling business for real, boy.
They got that feeling.
Woo.
They kind of figure it out. It kind of it's a sweet deal over there, and what they know they shout out to you, man. They guard is their biggest post player, and that's Jimmy Butler. You
Hey,
know what I'm saying?
you feel me? Nah, I'm liking the way this going. Like this, the thing that I like about it the most is like the number one team. People question if they really gonna run the table. So like to me, it's like this playoffs is like it's up in the air. It's who gonna get high, who gonna do what. Like nobody can definitively just say is this team or that team overwhelmingly and just be confident about that. So
Yeah,
that's what I get excited for when this time of the year come, man. Let's go to the eastern side. Eastern side, whole lot of over here too. Man, my Magic just holding on to that eight spot right now. We getting there, but we ain't all the way there yet, man.
yeah.
We all can.
I think the East is what it is. I think I think the top three is gonna stay locked in to that. I think that's what it is.
I
I
agree
feel
with
like
you.
that 4 and 5 can maybe switch a little bit.
Yeah, they dead even right now.
Yeah, it could
Dead even.
maybe switch a little bit. Detroit Pistons man, they fighting.
Shout out them Pistons, man. Them
Uh,
boys got up like the Undertaker from last year to this year, boy. I
man,
feel y'all.
and man, just shout out to them Bulls too, man. They've been holding down that 10th, ninth spot the whole year, and they didn't trade away a lot of their guys. So
They
it,
did. They switched
it's
the whole
I
formula.
think
Josh
these are the
Giddey out there hooping, man. I feel like that move had been good for Josh Giddey, bro. He been
yeah.
hooping.
I think that 10 the 10 that's there now is going to be the 10 that's going to be in the playoffs. I think the Bull is definitely going to have that 10 spot. I think that's it. Depending on if it gets shuffled up or not, I think that's gonna be it. I don't think the 76 is gonna make the playoffs this year. I don't think Brooklyn gonna make it.
Hmm. Hey, that's interesting because when you talking about in the East, the Bulls definitely like I'm telling you, since I like them signing back Lonzo. Lonzo back looking like a menace out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? He
Hmm.
didn't got healthy. People forget how fast and how he was D'ing up out there. And then I feel like Josh Giddey coming over from OKC, bro. He didn't he didn't got a chance to spread his wings and he out there really hooping.
Yeah,
What
he
you think
definitely is.
what you think about like you you saw like the Sixers, man. Are they just like done? Should they shut? What do you think? Should Tyrese Maxey be playing?
Yeah, they can play Maxi, but I think Paul is. I think they probably should shut Paul down.
Shut PG down, then let
Yeah,
the
they can play
young fellas
Maxi. You
shine.
know what I'm saying, but be real cautious with him. You know what I'm saying, but they can play Maxi. He's a young fella. Even though he just got that big contract, he's still a young fella. I think he'll be all right, and can kind of finish the season off. But Paul, I don't see no need for him to be out there right
Yeah,
now.
he
It's
get on
like,
here and get his body right. Him and
yeah,
Joel get their body right, ready for next season. They gotta come. Listen, next year they gotta come war ready, boy. They gotta
yeah, they
come
gotta come with
war
a
ready.
vengeance. They definitely gotta come with a vengeance. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the Dallas Mavericks. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
that's them for sure.
Come with a
That's them
vengeance.
for sure. They gotta.
I see them getting Kyrie back December, maybe January. You know what I'm saying? And they got to come with a vengeance. Hopefully, they can add another piece. A la KD, and they'll look a little bit.
Hey, now listen, that if that hat drop, woo, woo. All right, let's. Hey, you been watching the young fella Cooper Flagg, man. The Cooper Flagg race is officially on, Black. We get to this point in the year, it's like they asking should he stay or should he go. They asked me at the other day. I said, listen, I mean, because the parents was like, hey, they chanting one more year. Like, if ever there was a time, first of all, you when you the number one pick, you normally always just go, right? You just go. But because of the landscape of college basketball and the NIL and the way these kids able to get money and they able to do things like that, if and like if he one of them guys that like I don't want to go to Washington or the teams at the top that look like they might get, you know what I'm saying? Like, not to say that you might not come back next year and it could still be the same team sitting there waiting on your head. You never know. They could wait next year. But I mean, what do you think about should he stay or should he go?
I don't even know why it's even a question.
Get
Like,
up out of there.
yeah, like what you doing? Like, landscape really don't change. The same teams really be the same teams in the lottery
Right.
every year. It be some drafts that you might catch a team that was making the playoffs 18 years in a row, a la Portland Trailblazers before I got there, and then just dump everything out. But outside of that, man, you really gonna run into the teams that you gonna run into. Gonna get in the league, get established, and gonna start doing your thing. What else are you proving by going back? Like, I don't understand it.
Nah, I feel you.
You
When
know,
you have
and
when
and with you going back, you don't know. It's Man, we got that kid. We got the kid that's going to be at BYU. You know what I'm saying? Like, you thinking you going number one next year again, you might not even be going number one. You might, it's just anything can happen. So, when it's your turn, it's your turn. It's your turn. They saying you'll be number one, no lower than number two. Like, go and get out of there and get out the way. Let somebody else come in
Nah,
and do
yeah,
their
if you
thing.
that's the biggest thing because you know how it is, bro. You go back, now it's time to critique. Now it's time to talk crap about him and not, you know what I'm saying, not appreciate his greatness and what he done already did. Like he didn't won every award, probably gonna win a national player of the year too. Go ahead and peace him out. Get up out of there, young fella.
Yeah, yeah. Go and get up out of there. There's no need.
Hey, what you think about these former players though participating in the NIL? You know what I'm saying? Like today schools, Harden donate to ASU NIL. Then you got Staffordless becoming an assistant GM over at Davidson men's and women's basketball, about to help them get the bag and get them some good players. Like, what do you think about these players giving back to that? I mean, I know, bro. You didn't go to college, I know you was a straight out. You feel like you got some little ties or allegiances to St. John's and everything, but you never
You
went
know
there, so
that.
it's
Shout
not
out
really
St.
real.
John's. You know it.
Are you throwing St. John's some NIL money then?
If I had it, I would.
You ain't man, ain't your school, brother. Ain't your school.
If I had it, I would. I don't got
So
it.
so so what you think of the guys doing that and being back a part of a university like that and being able to, because when, well, you don't know, but like that's something that nobody that never was able to do. When guys going back, you couldn't do too much when you went back to your alma mater because they was always, the NCAA was lurking and trying to make sure everything was copacetic.
I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? I think that's dope. They connected to it. Them are two guys that's Hall of Famers. They didn't had the opportunity to get hundreds of millions of dollars in a league, and for them to give back, that's a blessing that you know you can't get from anywhere else. So I think it's dope, you know what I'm saying, for them to build up this school, especially schools like them, like
Yeah, they
Arizona
not the
State,
big, huge
Davidson. They're
monster
not the big,
schools.
big, huge TV schools and all that stuff. To give back and to get some more firepower in there and to help out, I think it's dope. It's definitely dope for the kids because the kids now I can go to lunch, I can go to the movies, I can go and do other things
Man, you
instead
feel
of
me?
what I'm saying, always having to eat the lunchroom food or this. I can kind of treat myself to certain things. You know what I'm saying? You ain't heard about no kids stealing nothing or what I'm saying, or getting in too much trouble or so forth on. So they have money in their pocket, and I think that's good.
Hey, nah, I'm definitely feeling it, bro. And it's dope that those two in particular, they got their own shoes with the brands and they make their schools, you know what I'm saying? Like ASU's a hardened school where all of the schools, both teams wear his kicks and all that same
Yeah,
thing with Steph. So that's, yeah, and they get him like kind of like a little advantage on the, on the recruiting side. Like you're gonna get some dope swag. You got these two that's gonna lace the squad out every time. So that's it's like a little ism too. We like our gear, whatever we going. We want some
you
cool
know that's
stuff.
right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? We want to be fitted up.
yeah.
All right, man. Let's get on rubs hands like birds, man. Let's get into these fan questions. What are fan questions at? Put them up on the Summer Jam screen. Ellison Burley. Can Memphis make a playoff run?
Yeah, I think they can. I think Memphis got a solid team. But I think it's all of how I need that old job back. You know what I'm saying? I need that old job back. I need that aggressive job, and hopefully the playoff energy bring that up out of him. I feel like Jared Jackson been kind of running the team. He's been kind of getting his feet wet. Like I say, Ja really kind of missed 2 years, and
Yeah.
he's slowly getting back. But I need that old Ja because man, old Ja is unstoppable.
Yeah, I'm not. I would agree with that too, man. I think. I don't know. You don't want to say, you know what I'm saying, they can't get on it because if anybody get hot, they could go on a crazy streak. But I do. I think they can make a run too. And if they get, they play the right teams and they come the right way, I think they can. I had to say that. I had to say, they got the pieces. They got the pieces to go off and get crazy.
Hmm.
The real guy. Who's the most underrated players in Bucks and Pacers history? Bucks
Mm.
history. I'm gonna go with my OG Terry Cummings. Terry Cummings
Mm.
don't get no love. You won't know a crazy stat about Terry Cummings, G? That's a bar.
What?
Terry Cummings is the only player in the history in the playoff series to average more points than MJ in the playoff series.
Mm.
He the only person in history, nobody else.
I would have to say the most underrated for Bucks on my end, I would say, is Big Dog Glenn Robinson. He never get his
Okay.
just due. He never get the
Okay.
credit, but Big Dog was one of them. So in Pacers, I go first on this one. I think one of the most underrated Pacers to me is Jalen Rose. I think Jalen Rose was really unappreciated. A two-way player. He used to get down. He wasn't scared of nobody. He's played hard. I think he's very underrated as a pacer. He definitely was a solid pacer on a team. He fit right in. So I'll give it to Jalen Rose.
I'm going Jermaine O'Neal. Easy. J.O. I
Dang.
feel like Jermaine O'Neal
Man, why I ain't
was
say that?
like he
That's
was
my
that
guy.
monster, was one of them for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
Definitely
it
true.
just we all know like after the malice and all that, it was kind of like a cloud on him that shouldn't have never been there or whatever. But like Jo was a damn dog out there, boy, for real, for real. He was threatening
Man,
the throne at one point before all that BS happened, and then they ain't want to give my boy no love no more. But trust me, he had everybody was side eyeing and seeing what the hell was going on over in Indiana. Big Jo, boy, hey, like that.
I have to agree with that. Definitely Big JO.
Rod Dub TV question: Can Luca keep the Lakers in the top four while LeBron is injured? I like that question.
Yeah, I think they gonna slip, but anything's possible, man. JJ been doing a great job over there with the team. They've been playing hard. They kind of got no, pardon me. They kind of know what their identity is, and I think he can. But it's a tough schedule, and that West is a tough schedule. So we gonna see.
Yeah, I mean, especially with with this stretch they got coming up. But I think top four. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think they can stay. I don't think they'll drop lower than four. But like that two and three seed, we gonna see. But I think he can keep them in the top four. Cowboy. What's up, Cowboy? Cowboy be tapping in with us on here. Shout out, Cowboy. Q and D. How important are assistant coaches? I'm asking because Daryl Armstrong, God Shamgod, and other players are longtime Mavs coaches. You want to go first? You want me to go first, Black?
Yeah, I think assistant coaches is It's definitely important, man. You'll be surprised. A lot of players they lean on assistant coaches more than they lean on the head coach.
Facts.
Um, Assistant coaches bring a different dynamic. They bring a different element to the game. Man, shout out to John Hammond. The way John Hammond used to look at me when I was the Clippers, I thought he really didn't like me, but he was one of my biggest advocates of getting playing time when I was with the Clippers, because he appreciated what I brought to the table. So I think assistant coaches are big, man. Shout out to Dennis Johnson. He was one of the ones that can,
Yeah.
talk a guy down and all that stuff. So I think that's one of the big things that's helping JJ Redick over there. He got some veterans over there that's really helping him
Mm-hmm.
navigate through his
Shout out
first
Bob
year of being
Byers.
there. You know
Bob
what I'm saying?
Byers.
So assistant coaches are very, very important.
Nah, yeah, I agree with D, man. Like he said, they the ones a lot of the time, just like the boots on the ground, so to speak, that put out a lot of fires and handle a lot of different situations and do a lot of different things. And then, like D said, it's certain players that like they lean heavily on assistance to when they not playing, when they trying to figure things out. It's like the assistant coach to wear all kind of hats and and be all type of different things for the players. So I agree, and I think like D said, that's a huge part of why JJ is having a lot of the success he got. He got some great assistant coaches, has been head coaches and all of that, and his whole staff. You know what I'm saying? They doing a great job. DM Master. Question for D Miles and Q. Did either one of you think about pulling a Steve Francis and telling the Clippers, man, I'm not playing for them, or you just wouldn't have played for any NBA team?
Well, I did that with the Vancouver Grizzlies had the number 2 pick, and I kind of did that with them, and Clippers had the 3rd pick, so I didn't want to press my luck and do it do it again. So I just accepted me going to the Clippers.
Yeah, nah, I'm an 18 pick, my dog. I ain't got no say so in this. I got to show up and get it in and get to it. I ain't got no say so. Like you can ask D Miles that question because he was a top 3 pick, but nah, me and Keon 10 and 18, we like yes, we are very happy to be here. Like shit, like we look, we good. Q and D, Rod Dub TV. Shout out Rod Dub TV. Q and D with OKC or Cleveland win it all this year, or do they still need experience? That's easy for me. I go first. Neither one of them won't win it all because I got Boston winning it all. Shout out both of them. I think they have hell of a seasons and they did what they did regular season first in each and their respective conferences. But nah, Boston gonna repeat this thing. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't really got neither one of them winning it either, but I feel like they it's conference finals or bust.
That ain't nothing. They could get to the conference finals. I'm just saying I
They
got
haven't.
Boston.
They haven't. But I don't think they're gonna make it to the final.
Okay. Respect. Matt Orizaga. You know, any old heads in the NBA that collect the shoes like your generation did? Did Dennis Johnson have Larry Bird's Converse weapons and Xavier? Nah, man. And Tiny Archibald's Pro Kit. I don't think so. We never asked OG DJ that, but I don't even think they was like getting shoes the way this generation and our generation really got shoes. We got
Yeah,
shoes
no.
in bulk. We got like I don't know if they was doing it like that back in the day for guys just to be sending them to each other. Like they really send a lot of shoes in our day and even in these days. Now I know they get it's like it's almost unlimited, but not
Yeah,
really.
I don't think that's what's happening back then.
Yeah, I doubt that. Cowboy again. Q and D. What cities would you pick for Eastern and Western Conference expansion team location? I would pick Kansas City and Newark. Nope.
Nope.
Seattle. Seattle, the number one team to me for the West. Bring Seattle back.
Me, hometown, man. I feel like St. Louis should have had a team, man. Bring back them St. Louis spirit. I think St. Louis is a good city to have a basketball team in. So if I had to put a bid in. I bid for St. Louis to have a NBA basketball team. Not only an NBA but a WNBA too. So
Respect. Next caller. Razorback. Hey guys, do you think that do you think that current 3-point oriented basketball is going to shift back to the more balanced game with real big mans involved like it used to be? And thanks for inviting Greg Oden. Oh yeah, shout out Go, man. That was dope.
no, I don't think it's going back. I don't think it's going back to the way it was. I think it's just they're gonna try to build off of what they're seeing now. If anything, they probably change some defensive rules to, kind of make it a little bit more competitive, slowing down on the defensive end. But I think they're gonna stick with what they know and what's the generation's been doing.
Listen, man, I think the only way that changes as far as a big man being, kind of balancing it out and being able to play down there, it's not gonna happen until we get a dominant big man. That's a back to the basket big man. If we get us a dominant 7-footer, 7-1 guy that's like a Tim Duncan type generational type player, they'll give him the ball down there if he's gonna be that good. But like most of the young kids, that's not what they want to do. That's not what they want to be able to do everything. They shooting threes, handling the ball, and you seeing guys as spacers and different things like that. But I think if it somehow comes around to where we get a big guy that's a dominant in the paint presence, I think they'll give him the ball and you'll have to. But it won't change if that don't happen. Elijah Riley, who was the best player you played against in high school? Black.
Uh, the best player I played against in high school was Zach Randolph.
Um, for me, I'm gonna go Corey Maggette. Corey Maggette, easy. Fenwick Friars. All right, stat of the day. Stat of the day, Black. SGA reached 2,000 points in his 62nd game of the season and became the fastest player in franchise history to attain that milestone. He broke Kevin Durant's record that he set during the 2013-2014 season, 63rd game. And only 12 players in NBA history have reached 2,000 points in fewer games. That lets you know the level of cooking that's going on, Black. What do you think of that?
I think that's dope. I think that's dope.
No, that's all he got. He think
Yeah,
that's dope. That's
I think,
fire.
I
He
think
got
that's
he didn't
dope.
ran out of comments for
Nah,
SGA.
because
He doing
we in the league now with they scoring 140, 130 points a game. Like we played in the league. If you see some of them older guys that scores used to be 85 to 90, that was the high.
right.
For them to do that in the era of that is to me is a little bit more difficult, but I respect it. To be on the list with anybody on any history list in the NBA is a big time thing. I don't want to take away from that, but yeah, I think it's dope.
Straight up, straight up. All right, who your shot out of the day, Black?
Man, this ain't really a shout out. I kind of want to get on somebody's ass, man. It's crazy they give awards out to people who ain't really earned it, never played in that league or did anything like that.
People
It's
will say
just
about get on somebody. Yeah, wait, what?
yeah, man. It's just crazy. It's just crazy that how they just get awards and get celebrated or have a say so in some shit. But I'm just gonna say this, man. I want to give a shout out to Quinn Richardson, man, for getting that Big
Oh
East
man.
Legend Award
Hey, boy, I thought this was
today,
about to really
man.
say something.
I think that's super dope, even though he ain't playing the Big East, but I think he dominated. He dominated. It's well deserved. So, man, shout out to my guy Quinn Richardson, man. Well deserved award, man. I'm happy for him and my nieces and nephews to get an opportunity to see my man get an award and get celebrated, man. It's well deserved. So, man, shout out to Q Rich.
Appreciation, bro. I thought you was really about to say something right there. You had me on the edge of my seat. Like, what this man about to say, man? He about to have us on some shit going on. Hey, boy. I'm sitting here like, man, what is this man about to say? Oh man, this man threw me off my square with that one. Appreciation, my brother.
Well, you know
Glad to
all
get
love, bro. Well deserved, bro.
that. All right, man. I gotta shout out to this ain't got nothing to do with no basketball, man. Today is March 12th. My beautiful wife's birthday is today. Shout out to my wife. We gonna enjoy her birthday. She's out doing a couple things now, but we out here on the East Coast and we gonna have a good time. I love you, baby. Happy birthday. And happy birthday to her twin sister too. She out here with us too. Maya
Happy
and Michelle.
birthday, Miss Richardson.
Happiest birthday. They 21st birthdays. All right, man. That's it. We out, man. It's about we gonna be right back on this thing. You about to flow? I see you nodding your head. What you got? I'm in New York, so I should do something, but I ain't got nothing. You know me, I'm gonna leave that to you.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing today.
Cut my mic up. Cut my mic up. Cut the beat up. I can't hear the beat.
Do not cut nothing up. Don't do it.
Okay.
I don't like none of this.
Yo. Yo.
I will say, okay. That's how they doing there in the studio.
I'm gonna drop the mic like Papa Doc, man.
Yeah, we really out of here. Same bad channel next week, same bad time. Wednesday, 2 p.m. Me and the Blackest One. We gonna be back hollering at y'all.
Yes, sir.
We out.